And we're back for part 2 of this episode.
Hello.
So, as you were last we left off, you were examining a plaque with a Sararak's warning for this particular level, and you had gotten the a strange skull encrust. Well, a
strange skull.
A strange skull, yeah.
And square.
Yeah, a square encrusted skull.
Now we have a prism, and now we have a square.
So from where you can see right now, you can see So there are two corridors, one to the north, one to the east, and I'm guessing you can see a set of doors on the south?
Yes.
Let me just...
A clickable thingy.
I'm excited that the frog is mentioned in the in the hints for this level.
Yeah.
By the way, just so you know that the door to the south, Sorsha, you might be close enough to hear, but there seems to be moans coming from that particular door. Specifically, you see that the door there's 3 oval holes carved into the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3 oval holes carved into a 9-foot wide, 9-foot high stone door, approximately at sort of a human head height.
Which door is that?
Here at the south.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Okay, so company behind. So which one do you want to go first?
Well, either we do it in order. We start with this one, and then we do this one, and then we do this one, and that's keeping the...
That might be easiest.
Okay, so let me check that corridor, please.
With a scary ass demon head sticking out of the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd like to examine it, please.
Make me a
Corridor.
perception. Make me a perception check. Okay.
28.
You do not perceive any traps, any bolt holes, any pressure plates along the corridor. No.
And with my eyes is nothing magic.
Probably that big demon head.
No, nothing yet.
All right. So I'll come closer. And once I'm here, I'll examine again.
Okay. So let me just get back to that particular page. Here we go. So the walls and floors to this 15-foot square room are cracked and carved with images of terrifying humanoids falling. Set into the middle of the floor is a stone bas-relief of a bearded devil face, painted green. So this is not a statue. This is literally sort of painting on the wall.
On the floor.
You can hear as you look into the mouth. There is just darkness. And you can hear sort of cries of this would be Wilhelm screams in succession repeated. You can hear people crying out, falling. So you can as in continually. However, there is both evocation and illusion magic set in the mouth. The mouth is about 5 foot wide, so you would be able, for example, to fit inside, should you wished.
Could be this into darkness descent.
Yeah, that was my idea. That was my theory as well.
Okay.
So you said evocation and
Evocation and illusion.
okay. So evocation is usually damage.
And
I think we
illusion.
established last session it was also healing.
Yeah.
think
It's
so.
usually damage, but
I mean, in this particular setting, I'm going to go with it. That's probably damage.
oh yeah, more likely, but still.
I agree, and I think it's maybe for the safety of ourselves, we could maybe leave that room alone.
Uh,
Do we need something from it?
we don't know.
We don't know. It just says descend into darkness. No, into darkness descend.
Descent.
Still.
But the question is valid. If our objective is to get to the bottom of this tomb as quick as possible, we do not need to trigger or to disarm all the traps. We could just pass it.
But we might find shields.
Yeah, and as fast as possible, but with whole and with all the things we need at the end.
I agree with everyone, and I think we could carefully plan and hear. Well, I do not like to descend into darkness, so again,
We can leave it for now.
that I can agree on. Something that we can better see.
We don't like big mouths open in with darkness. First floor, we did that already, like keeping it for the end. So, all right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what's behind it, but I remind you, last time we just battled the shadow demon, and then that was it. We didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, but there it is said descent, like you have to go, not just it hides or something. So I
Yeah,
think we're gonna have to try it at some point, but yeah, it can't wait.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Are there? I'm too far, but maybe the guys in front can see. Is it just a square room, or are there any trapdoors, any other doors that lead to other places?
It seems like a
We
square
don't
door.
find
Square room.
any.
No, there is nothing. There's nothing else but the drawing on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, so let's keep the drawing on the floor and get out. Pun intended, yes.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm not opposed.
I went back and I saw a certain skeleton move, so I was going.
Oh no.
No,
But-
I just
no.
yeah, I deleted it, but I don't think I should.
Okay, I'd like to explore next corridor, please.
Okay,
Perception again.
go ahead.
Okay. So
Again, no pressure plates. So, as I mentioned previously, this particular in this particular level, the stench of rotting meat is strong. The walls, any vegetation that you had seen above is now gone. These are naked walls, and the grinning skulls among the decorations now are clear and unobtruded by anything on them. You start to know what you're looking for with regards to the traps and how the designs are, and you're not seeing any pressure plates, nothing. So as long for at least this corridor, as you're looking up to the room, I will say one thing though.
yes.
Above here. So
Yeah.
just before you
See it
get to
too.
the room, so the room, Sorsha, the room. You know, I mentioned that the lack of sunlight.
Yeah.
There seems to be light coming in at the room at the end. And a bit like if you think of Durin's tomb in The Lord of the Rings, where you have this single shaft of light illuminating the center, so the center of the room.
Is there anything depicted on the tomb that's ahead of us?
Well, you're a bit far to notice that anything, but I'm guessing Sorsha will come in soon enough into it. But yes,
65 feet, it's not that bad.
it's not that bad, and it's illuminated, but it's a bit
Yeah.
far to see if. No, this. Besides, give me the time to actually move to the right
Yes.
page, and then I'll
Oh,
answer
go
you.
for it. Yes, that's better.
Yeah, first we have a crossing here. That's why I stopped, and I want to examine the crossings.
Right. So the crossing is a bit peculiar. Actually, instead of it's not just horizontal. It's not just a corridor. What you can see is that you can. Wait a moment before you move, huh?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
what you-
that
no,
smells like a trap.
No, it's not a trap. I'm just saying before you move, let me explain the situation because these are not normal corridors. The corridor actually slopes upwards on both sides, and it seems to have a curve.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful rolling ball pit.
And actually, to the north, you notice there is a body.
In which shape is the body? Is it flat or not?
It is not flat. It is lying. It's strange because it seems to be lying. It seems to be lying a bit halfway up. It's almost vertical, actually, to your point of view. But it's not slipping. It is not falling. It is just there. Something irks you about its position, but other than that, it does not seem flattened. But you would have to see. You have to make a medicine check a bit closer if you wanted to see what actually.
Like it's not rolling down the slope or something.
No, it's not.
Something is wrong with gravity, or it is glued. I don't know.
Could be a warning.
Do we want to check that first, or go straight to the room?
Let's
I
see
feel like
who's-
checking this first because
Do we know at least what killed it,
Like-
and then we know what cannot kill us?
I would say knowing whose tomb we are next to might give us a clue. Might be. You can't totally override me, but
Oh, no, I agree.
Alright.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna inspect the corridors then,
Okay.
starting with the one with the gulps.
Okay. As you start walking, the curvature, you don't feel it. And actually your companions kind of see that all of a sudden as you're walking up, you sort of lean forward and then you realize there's no need. But they notice you sort of going from upright to almost horizontal as you're crossing the room. As you're
spider
crossing.
climb effect. Yeah.
Or not even spider climb, because spider climb still has gravity. No, this is, as you're noticing, this is more of the 2001 Space Odyssey, as in the gravity is always pointing down.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Like yeah, okay,
okay.
that's cool.
Goodies.
Then we should see what's on the
Nah.
other end, I guess.
So, Sorsha,
Yeah.
at a four-way intersection, the corridors to the north and south curve upwards and out of sight, but with no rails or steps to allow them to be climbed. The corpse of a half-human, half-goat creature in robes sprawls about 10 feet to the north. It grips a staff tipped with a bronze goat head.
Half goats.
Yeah, kind of say. I mean,
Satyr
we could say
like.
satyr. Kind of.
Ah, okay.
Can I do maybe a medicine check to see what killed it?
Sure. Go ahead.
Medicine.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
Right.
Good.
So you can see that his clothing has been damaged, has been slashed. He's wearing marks of. There are marks of travel, wariness. This is an adventurer, very much in your kind of state, right? Where you can see that the two things that are particular are you can see that there are, apart from the slashes, you can see that around his neck. Oh no, sorry. In his eye, there is a crossbow bolt, that has been set deep into his eye, and he is wearing around his neck a long yellow scarf.
Yellow
Yep.
banner.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's well.
Why we're gonna go back to the blue.
The scarf doesn't ring a bell, but that guy has also a staff of some kind with a ghost.
Yes, the staff does. There is an aura around it. It is magical.
The staff might be what turned him into a goat.
Yeah.
Might be, but
Staff of goating?
Heinrich,
know.
do you want to add it into the bag?
No, I'm not touching that.
With
Nah.
the mage hand. Come on. I'm passing it to you with the mage hand. Like,
We didn't have a goat monster, right? No. Goat
Demons have
deity.
demons have
But-
goat features. So
Yeah.
I
Some
am.
like horns and
Do you wanna try and see if detecting if this thing was devilish?
That's
oh
something
right.
you can do.
Can I
Yeah.
can I do a divine sense? Thank you.
Yeah. A feature hasn't been used in more than 4 months.
No, I've used it in the previous before the previous long rest. I had
Yeah, you used
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He used it on the obelisk.
Oh yeah, right.
and it's an easy one to forget because it's not super useful most of the time, and then when it is, it's like super useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, there is no demonic presence for this. The corpse is. With the 21, I would say the corpse is about a week old.
okay.
Oh, okay, that's very recent.
Fairly recent. Yeah.
We were rummaging around the city already, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, you stayed in this. No, you were not in the city for that long.
No? Okay.
No, 3 days.
We
in
were
the
there for
city.
months,
Yeah, I know.
but less than a week. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 3 days actually. Yeah.
That's a lot shorter than I thought.
Sorsha, along with his staff, he has a satchel, so he has a pack.
Okay.
If you want to have a look into that.
Yes, please.
Okay, interesting. As you're looking through the pack, he seems to be. Let's see. You find a satchel very similar to what you could have that something what Heinrich would wear, as in a small satchel containing a book and writing implements. However, you do notice that with your eyes that the book has an enchantment on it, and within the writing implements there is a small inkwell that seems to be enchanted as well.
All right.
Look.
Bring
Well,
it back.
thank you.
Heinrich is gonna be interested.
Yeah, I think that is for you, Heinrich, but there's enchantment in it, so please be careful not to open it right away. You can open your gift later.
Well, I mean, this is not likely to be related to a dead god, so touching it should be okay. We never know. Touching anything but could be bad, of course.
Just be careful. That's
Could
all.
you describe the from who you got it? Because well, I saw you go to the person, but
It was on his belt. It's a pouch, and in there is books and
He's got a yellow scarf.
yeah.
I'm gonna open again the Yellow Banner Company and yeah. Well, you have found the remains of Devlin Bashir.
Who is that?
Probably or not. Or
When I opened the book,
You must have gotten like a big ass handout, because like a lot of these things I'm like, huh? What?
a Calashite wizard who had been cursed to look like a goat at some point at his past.
Oh yeah, right.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Fair.
So
enough.
I am going to say this. And in addition, you also find
A shield.
Devlin's journal.
Oh.
More books, yes. More books.
Heinrich's starting to have a full library in his bag of holding.
Seems
So-
like you were right.
I will. I'll read you out as you turn to the end. You can read the last. Well, actually, here we go. Entries in earlier entries. I will read the last one later. Early entries chronicled the exploits of the Company of the Yellow Banner in Chult. The company made landfall at Kitcher's Inlet and followed the river Olong to Lake Luo before cutting southwest into the jungle towards Omu. The journal describes harrowing encounters, the adventurers' search for puzzle cubes in Omu, their brushes with the Huan-Ti, and the discovery of the true tomb entrance. Only the final entry mentions their experience in the tomb, but no mention... sorry. Yeah, okay. There are mentions of Lord Brixton, Bravis Boulderborn, Seward, and Sephiris. For the meta, apparently these are the characters of one of the testing. So the in-house testing at Wizard of the Coast of the adventure,
Right.
And so they had, I think in an interview with Chris Perkins, he pretty much said that they'd beaten widely the whole thing. So it was his little pleasure to include all of the bodies of the characters in the tomb. These are the characters from one of Chris Perkins's home games, apparently.
So whenever we find a corpse, we need to be extra worried.
Maybe. So the last entry reads, "To those who find this, know that I, Devlin Bashir, am the last surviving member of the Company of the Yellow Banner. The warlord Rasensi stripped off us our weapons and threw us in here on orders of his master Aserarak. I can only imagine our souls are to be fed to his phylactery. Alas, it seems that he has won. Our company was separated after the incident with the four-armed gargoyle. The tomb guardians tore Seward to pieces, and with him we lost the Starfallen. Our quest was a failure. Even if we had found the eye, the elf princess is gone. My friends wouldn't have lasted long without their weapons, especially with a doppelganger in our midst, as suspected. Of course I kept my staff. I'm sure Brixton would have seen some humor in that. Gentle reader, let a dying man offer you one piece of advice. Asararak is a trickster who desires nothing but your soul. His riddles may help you, but in the end, his final secret always leads to your doom. Timora, save us all."
suddenly very happy that we killed Genasi.
Yes. But we've not seen. Wait. We have not seen a four-armed gargoyle.
Gargoyle. No, but now we know that it is fearsome and remarkable. But we kept our weapons. They didn't.
And I'll put the book in my I put this every book that has been given to me in my bag, and
Okay.
And there is another mention of this star fallen that you
Yeah.
mentioned, Heinrich.
I'll show the book again, and I'll explain again. Well, this was the object that they were carrying for their quest, apparently, with all the notes that I'm comparing right now. But again, and that is what I agree with everyone, is this object a necessity for survival or not?
At this point, I would say no.
It is probably not a necessity, but I doubt it would harm us.
Well, you think that it's in the room with the dwarves, right?
Yeah. So that means an extra fight, because I don't think those dwarves are gonna give it if we ask nicely.
Yeah, I'm charming, but I'm not the dwarf kind, you know?
I mean, you could be.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say I like taller men.
So dwarves are not your kind.
Not really.
And we now know that we have to be careful for a doppelganger that might be in this dungeon.
I have a solution
Not
for that,
you.
actually. I
Not
have a
you,
solution.
another one.
Yeah, but I have a solution for that. Heinrich, can you please lend me your bag of holding? I have something to grab in here, please. And I rummage and I rummage and I take out my lantern.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Good call.
Oh.
We just have to light.
That's so cool.
I had forgotten about that one. That we're talking about things that haven't been used in an age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those watching, back in Waterdeep, there was an issue with doppelgangers, and the players, well, the characters had commissioned a lantern of revealing that would change color in the presence of doppelgangers.
In shapeshifters
In shape,
of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is,
It's going to light up.
it lights up
Because
blue.
we have one.
But not for me.
It
Oh,
does for
okay.
you.
No.
No, it had
No.
been enchanted specifically to not react to Sorsha.
Yes.
That
Because
was
we hanged it at the entrance of the tavern, and otherwise it would have reacted every time.
but because she was wearing the ring. And that was before you decided to awaken your doppelganger heritage.
Yes.
Which
But
means
we already know that I am a changeling, so
Yes. But
surprise.
because you are here.
Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry. You had done that not to detect changelings. You had that done to detect were-rats. Which means
Yeah.
they would not react to changelings or doppelgangers.
No, it's
No?
It's no. It
Okay,
was
you know what?
change. It was shifters of any kind,
Okay.
and it was a
Done.
problem because it reacted to Caleb. So
Yeah.
we had to make an entrance specifically for Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't work on me when I have the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wearing the ring?
Yeah, I am wearing the ring.
So as soon as you decide to use your detect thoughts ability, for example, or the other features in your at that point, the lantern will turn blue. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Just warning you.
Yeah. So, legit.
I feel it's funny is that I feel that at level 10 you now have so many toys that there are some really amazing toys that I gave you back in the day which are just
Oh, I was already going with the when we were talking about the what's it called again? The alchemy jug. Like, oh, that can actually be super useful in some traps. And that was suddenly like, ooh, I should remember that I have that.
Yeah, the alchemy jug was found and never used.
I don't know. Now I think we've used it once for like
You used it for cooking.
beer, mayonnaise. We used it for mayonnaise.
Yeah,
I think
for cooking, exactly.
it's been used for cooking. It does oil, it does mayonnaise, it does honey, it does beer. Like it does lots of ingredients. However, there's also like an acid function which might be useful sometimes.
Maybe.
Well, for breaking locks, for example.
Yeah, for instance.
Anyhow. Sorsha.
Yes.
The body. And as you can see, the corridor continues in front of you. Which, from what you can guess, is that it actually makes a complete loop.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
So, do we go through the loop or not? All right.
Come back down.
It's
Something
weird.
killed that guy in there.
Yeah, it's a crossbow arrow.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that you're pretty sure from what you could see that this man was killed by the tomb dwarves.
Yeah. So not a trap. Someone
Okay, yeah.
killed him.
Yeah, right. If he tried to seal back the...
He used to be an adventurer like us, but then he took an arrow to the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more deadly than an arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Okay, so not doing the loop to be sure.
I mean, I feel we might as well, but
All right.
it doesn't seem like a long detour, so.
Okay, I'll do the loop carefully and watchfully
Okay.
and loopfully.
Okay. Just give me a second.
I mean, I just had a fun idea. It might actually be fun to use my decanter of endless water to try and flood the corridor, because then it's gonna be a ring of water that stays there.
Oh.
I don't want to. My physics brain is hurting.
Oh!
Like,
Do we have a problem?
you've just invented the washing machine. Congratulations.
Not infinite.
Yeah, but if I study in gravitational magic and I make a metal box and we use the decanter...
You're a time wizard. Deal with it.
So, as you're sort of talking, joking around, you're kind of expecting Sorsha to come the other way. She does not. And Sorsha, as you pass around the loop, your friends are gone. And by the way, the body up there ignore it. It is no longer there.
Yeah.
Wait, for her or for us?
For her.
For me.
The ring is a path to another tomb, guys.
Oh, fuck. Actually, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's bad because Sorsha is on her own over there.
Yeah.
I will follow Sorsha.
Yeah, let's go. We're all going. We're not splitting the party, guys.
Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, I just walked up to the edge
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did the space for the other guy.
yeah, okay. And let me move you all.
Well spotted. Like I'd totally forgotten about that already again.
I mean, it's the first clue.
I know, but like, I mean, it's hard to remember all of them.
So,
I'm still going like frog. Ooh.
so just so you know, there is no body. And I
Okay.
would guess with your passive perception, Sorsha, you notice that the bones of the skeleton are no longer there either. No longer is actually Laryl, who was sort of floating in the core at the top.
So
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Sorsha. As you try to connect to him, he's not there.
Different plane.
I don't like that, guys. I
It's planes,
can't
the
like
other
Laryl.
dimension.
If I clap it back into existence, is coming back or not?
You clap first. You clap again, and poof, he's there.
Because the first one is to disappear him, and the second one is to
I just wanted to.
But for a
Okay.
moment there, yeah, you had no contact with him.
I don't like this.
Oh, guys, we are not in the same place.
Heinrich, would you
Yeah.
like a soothing cup of tea?
Yes, that would be very pleasant. Thank you for proposing, Vroon.
Too bad you didn't bring any. Sorsha, you disappeared. You did not come back on the other side.
Yeah, and I just called back Laryl, but I couldn't. I didn't have any contact with him, and there is no bodies here.
Yeah, well, the first clue was the ring is a path to another tomb.
Yeah,
Which means
I'd like to step here to see if there is gravity here or not.
Yeah, same.
I'm
It
ring
goes
is
in
the
the
s-
loop again.
If you do the loop again,
Uh-huh. I won't do the whole loop. I just want
Okay.
to see if the gravity is the same.
wait. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking that like we were seeing a tomb before.
Uh-huh.
We're seeing the same tomb now, but
It's
the
maybe
ring is the path to a tomb. I feel like this one might be. Well, either this, probably this one might be the real one, and the other one is not, or something.
Or we have two different tombs. It's a path
Yes.
to another tomb. So we
Well,
haven't identified which tomb it was on the other side.
No.
So we might be.
well, someone with magical capabilities could make another place in another. I'm not finding my words today.
dimension.
Another
Another
plane.
place, another time, another
There
anything.
you go. So be very careful because you never know what Cleric has prepared because
Mhm.
Because what was the note? No, it wasn't the note here. It was the the diary. Let's see.
Anyways, I think Sorsha, it would be wise to check the corridor for traps again.
Yes.
Alright.
His
Okay,
riddles
I'm
may
gonna-
help you, but in the end, his final secret always leads to your doom.
Alright, I'll check again. No. It's a good thing I have advantage.
Yep.
No traps. No visible traps.
Alright. You love to say it that way when we do a bad roll.
But again, and I believe I was about to mention this before, you do notice, as you notice in the other corridor, that just above here, there is sort of protruding from the ceiling a block that seems to not match. Well, not that it doesn't match. It means it just shows that it is distinct from the rest of the wall and the ceiling.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I'd
5
like
by
to examine
5.
if it's meant to see if it's meant to descend and block the way.
It looks like that, yeah.
Yeah. And if the mechanism seems on the inside or not. Okay. No clue. Alright, so that thing wants to trap us in there.
I mean, when you talk about the mechanisms, it's always a bit difficult for the GM to describe what the mechanism looks like. There's a lot of traps here that if this happens, and it's a magical effect because you don't have any specific links, but there's no magic. It's not a magical trap, or maybe it is, but just hidden away in the walls and the ceilings. So unfortunately, no, you do not. It looks like it could move, but you have no idea what could trigger it.
Okay. So we have a trap ahead.
I'll look. Just hearing that, I'm gonna be like, well, better safe than sorry, and I'm gonna slap mage armor on myself.
It's about time. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
And yeah, there is a trap in front of us, but it looks like we don't really have an option to go around it. Like, again, if only we had an immovable rod, like for the third time in this tomb.
Yep.
Maybe the dwarves have one.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, there's always the option of knowing it's gonna fall, so stay out of the way. And Heinrich apparently has a pretty powerful spell that is able to smash through things.
True. All right. Let me just be careful and try to detect things before going under it. And I'd like to check for traps in the area of landing inside the room, please.
Okay. So the first thing that you notice, and Vroon, this is particular to you, the room smells of wine. On a checkerboard marble floor, a gilded coffin sparkles in sunlight streaming down from the chamber's vaulted ceiling, which arches 12 feet overhead. 4 huge stone gargoyle heads, their mouths agape, protrude from the walls.
Wait.
There are 2 things that you notice.
Gargoyles.
With
Is there
regards-
arms?
Sorry? No, just
So-
faces.
Okay.
First thing is that the Sorsha, the sunlight. I mean, you can see. Anybody can see it's illusionary, as in it comes from a blank stone, sort of closed stone ceiling. But there is also an aura of abjuration magic around the coffin, around the sarcophagus.
I don't like that.
Oh, interesting. The from what you can see, the this coffin has hinges.
All right. First time.
Abjuration magic is protection magic usually.
But is there any anything identifying which gods this tomb would belong to? Like statues.
I think it's a frog mouse.
Wait, you said that the light was illusion.
Yeah.
Yes, and it would be. I mean, it's almost a relief to you to see it because it is definitely that soft light coming through the clouds of Chult. It is definitely daylight, and not the spell. I am talking about actual sunlight.
But it's an illusion of actual daylight.
I mean, you can feel the warmth. It's real enough for you to actually feel the warmth from the light, as in you
It's
if you
a
were in
spell.
the sun.
Yeah.
I have a theory, but I think it's not gonna work. Because I'm trying to I'm saying this as Heinrich. If I'm trying to think as him, we see a tomb. What are we going to do? We're gonna go forward. We're gonna try to open it, and the light. To where go? What's the trajectory of the light? Does it go directly to the?
So
to the tomb
think
itself?
Balin or was it Balin's tomb, where it's basically it shines directly onto the sarcophagus.
Isn't that weird?
I-
Like illusion magic focused on that place. It's like too inviting for me.
Everything is weird.
Yeah. I think we go straight up in the room and we see for ourselves because I have no clue for that one.
And just let's check everything.
The only thing that bothers me is that all the other tombs had like statues of bears or a snake on the tomb or like and we don't know which one this is, and that's
There is frog's statue, so it could be the Frogamos.
oh, was there a frog statue?
No,
No?
no, gargoyle.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Sorry.
So the same. So basically, when I say gargoyle, imagine the same sort of devil face,
Yeah.
open mouth with the horns. That same kind of face. The four of them in there were four sort of these openings, open mouths.
In my arcane knowledge, I'm going to ask the question: can you use multiple? Can you program with multiple spells? That, for example, if you do action A, something touches
Oh,
the
yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Everything can be done with magic.
I would only say that there is a phrase that rings to me. It's the dead abhor sunlight. And maybe not open it in full sunlight. Because otherwise it could do something, send a spell, cast a spell.
Or I dispel the light.
It's
I-
would only that would make sense to me, but
It's
Because-
worth a try.
If with everything what we're discussing, that maybe the light could be the first step of activating everything. Maybe we just shoo it away and hope for the best.
yeah, we could even send a tent over it. Like, no big deal.
Well,
As you wish.
what do you guys think? Yeah, but everyone's opinion is very important, and
Yeah.
Yes,
And
be
that's
careful.
the
Be
option.
careful. All measures must be taken. Stay safe.
Yeah, I know. I'm discussing with my friends here right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why I'm discussing with my friends first, and afterwards we're gonna take a plan of action. Right.
Guys,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's usually 1 clue per trap or tomb or location.
Yeah.
I think that the clue for this location was the ring is a path to another tomb.
Probably.
I think that the dead abhor sunlight. I mean, yeah,
It's by room, but
Yeah.
this is another room.
What is the radius on a clue?
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad question.
Yeah. It's a very good question.
And there's 2 options with the dead aboard sunlight. It's either by having sunlight you're going to be able to defeat the dead, or having sunlight is going to annoy them. Which gamble are we ready to
I
take?
feel, and this is meta discussion for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that indeed the hint here is the ring. The problem is, it's probably like I think that either this room that we've made half circle, either this one is the real one or the other one is the real one. One of them is probably not real.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that maybe
Yeah,
maybe this one probably would this is just
this
going.
one. This one was
we
the
had
one
to
we
go
had to
through.
find.
We had to go through a half loop to find this. So I feel this one might be better than the other one. But
Let's try. I mean, we don't
yeah,
have. We don't even have a clue that there is a real one or not. They just say another, so might as well try this one. But maybe you're right. It's just we don't have a clue about that. So, are you dispelling? Are we pulling a tent? What are we doing?
I would not do something as definitive as dispelling it, if dispel even works, just in case we need that protection.
Okay, so tent.
Yeah, something to cover it up. No one has a darkness spell?
No.
Shit.
Oh, by the way, Heinrich, quickly.
Yes.
In the Devlin's book, his spell book, are the spells. And let me know if I'm thinking most of you already have most of these, but alarm, comprehend languages, detect magic, expeditious retreat, identify, illusionary script, sleep, Tensor's floating disc, arcane lock, cloud of daggers, flaming sphere, knock, dispel magic, fireball.
I have most of them. But there are like certain things that I don't have.
Okay, I'll send you the list then.
Thanks. Dancer's floating disc can actually be very interesting. What does that floating disc do? But
it's basically, I think it's mostly like just a lower level or hand thing that you have already.
No, it's actually no. It is a disc that can actually hold up quite a bit. It just stays 20 feet. I think 10, 15 feet behind you.
It's a platform.
It's a platform, yeah. It's a legacy spell from when, in first edition, you gained experience by the amount of gold that you brought back from the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had this spell in second edition.
Yeah. No, it's been there in every edition. So, guys, what do you do? Come on.
I think keep going.
Yeah. But my headache is starting to kick in, so maybe wrap it up and
Okay.
not too far from here.
Not a problem. You guys want to just do the let's see what you guys do with this room, and then we'll move, and then we'll end it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, first of all, so you're not going back in the loop-de-loop. You are going back in.
Yeah, for I guess.
So, do you want me to do the perceptions? To
Yes,
see
always.
if we can.
No.
Always perceptions.
Yes. Okay.
Always check for
25.
traps.
Okay. So as you walk in, you again no pressure plates. There is no particular, apart from the magical effects that I described earlier, which is abjuration on the sarcophagus and sunlight, the illusionary sunlight. There is nothing that you can see around or detect. I would say that as you can see, so the open mouths. Vroon, actually, you would smell. There's definitely the smell of wine is stronger coming from those mouths, but you can see that the mouth only goes about maybe a couple centimeters deep.
Yeah, but it still worries me because it's like, oh, this room is gonna fill up with wine.
That is a distinct possibility.
Gargoyles and spewing water or wine.
Let's take this purely logical. Do we have any sign of one of the 9 fallen gods present in the room?
No,
I don't see any.
I don't
there's
know.
nothing else than what I mentioned.
Then for me, as long as there is no symbol of one of the 9 gods, then this room is not of interest for
No,
our team.
it could be Unk because it always hides in the dark, and it could be Unk.
That is actually a good thing, good suggestion. Hunk always hides in the
Yeah.
dark. Light spell on the tomb. Opposites, like every other tomb.
Or maybe Eric wants you to think that, and that's the
Yeah.
moment.
Okay, let's not go 3 levels deep.
Yeah.
For a Serac, you need to go to 15.
Yeah.
Hey, look. For me, if I don't see anything clear that would do reference to that, and it's a very good point, hides like that, well, we can try. But still, for me, if there's no clear showing of depictions of one of the gods, for me, it's not interesting.
I mean, the hint that a ring. Oh, but then again, we did find like.
Leads to another tomb.
I was going to say the ring leads to another tomb, but then again, literally inside that ring, we find a journal that says, "Don't trust the hints."
So the question.
Let's have pity on our DM who is
Yeah, and
maths and clear that one.
but yeah, my question is, just like the previous room, does it bring us anything of importance if we open up this tomb?
There wouldn't be an hint, I think.
We don't know which god it would be.
Still, yeah, go on.
No, I was thinking like. Vroon is, of course, most interested in one specific god. It's bravery. And bravery would not be doing weird things with like not having the. Well, I guess that's the opposite. Being like very sneaky. I'm okay with not investigating further just yet.
With not what?
I'm okay with not investigating this tomb further just yet.
Okay, so we go back to, up the ring and we try to. We hope that brings us to the other side.
Guys,
Well, no, we don't. Like,
it's
if
second
this room, we don't know which side. The side doesn't matter, I think.
It's the second room we explore, and the second room we want to keep last. It won't be possible. Like at some point.
That's it.
No,
Yes, it
my
can.
question is deeper than that. My question is, is there a need for us to explore every piece of this dungeon?
No,
Voila. Thanks.
we.
That's not our objective here.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
there is
that
a-
we want to get some key gods. I feel that we probably want to get some of these skeletons with weird things on their heads.
That's what we're looking after. For.
And I feel like we want a shield. Sorry.
and I think we should try to open every tomb.
Why?
Because it's the game here.
Is
It's
it?
literally the tomb of the 9 gods. So the main plots, the main keys, the main thing, the main game of Asarak is with the tombs.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I want to play our Asarak's game.
Do we have a choice?
Yes.
Yes,
Don't
we have.
think so, but okay, you're more optimist than I am.
No, I think the game we have to play is the skeletons one. I'm really not sure we need to play the 9 gods.
I don't know.
She's right. These tombs might be dangerous. We should stay away.
Yeah, you know, Gale, you're right. You're right. I think we're not sure what it can provide us, and I prefer to, you know, to continue in another location to be sure if that could be safe. But here we have no certainty that it could provide us something, so I'm not sure on this.
Why would there be a hidden passageway for a tomb that does nothing? We even had a clue for this.
We don't know if this tomb does nothing or if the other tomb does nothing.
Do you want me to push it alone? I can do that. So come on, I want to go to advance. I feel like we're doing nothing.
Then open it. But it's either one or the other. Either we go back or we open it now.
I'm taking the tent and putting it up on it.
So you enter the room first.
I'm already
She's already
in. The
in.
room.
She's already in.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, I would say. Let's go inside.
Considering that there's a big boulder that's waiting to drop down, I'm staying close to the exit.
Okay. Heinrich, Gale, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I'll stay here and I'm looking. I'm putting my back to one of the pillars, and I'm just looking at Vroon and at Gale. The moment they move or say something, I will react directly.
So guys, you realize that what's probably going to happen is as soon as we trigger a trap, the stone's gonna fall here, block off the room, and those are going to start spewing some kind of
That's-
liquid, and it's a drowning trap, basically.
That's the most likely, and that's why I was waiting close to the exit.
Okay.
I'd
good.
like, before opening it, to check, because I'm close now, to check for engraving, inscription, traps, some stuff on the sarcophagus. So yes.
The sarcophagus is just as barren and clean as the previous ones.
Okay. And no magic, no traps that I can see of?
As I said, there is an abjuration effect, an aura of abjuration magic around the coffin.
Okay. I tried to push to open the lid.
So this is after having
Covered it up.
Covered, yes.
Okay, right. Right. So you placed the tarp on top. You sort of slipped inside, and you're pushing the lid open. Inside the as you open up the sarcophagus, and so all of you. Is anybody else under the tarp, by the way?
I'm
Or no?
probably. I'm
No,
going
okay,
to
just
help
you,
Sorsha
okay.
because I don't think she's gonna be able to handle it on her. Well, holding up the thing, having a look
Actually,
inside.
it's fairly light in
Oh,
a
okay.
way.
I'll still stay there in case of an attack
Okay.
or something.
So you're both under the tarp as you
Yeah.
push it open, which means both of you have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Me, yes.
You can see a small plaque in this sort of fairly empty. The sarcophagus itself is empty. There's just a small plaque situated at the bottom of it that reads, "Drown your sorrows," in common.
Okay, let's close this thing.
Yes. And there's nothing else inside?
No.
Okay. Okay, good. So now we know. Close it.
Okay.
Let's get out of it.
Okay.
There's nothing left in the room, just to be sure. No hidden passageway. Okay, let's go.
Okay. You head out.
So the other tomb is the right one, probably.
Yep.
Or the wrong one.
Yeah, but the mechanism with the light seems to be right. So the sentence was right for that one.
Yeah, we haven't tried to trigger it though, but I don't want to.
Alright, well, let's. Okay,
Yeah,
Let's
it
go
would-
back in the loop.
yeah.
It would only trigger, I think, if we let it be lightened up by.
Yeah.
by
If we
light.
open up the thing and the plaque is illuminated, I think that's the moment where it triggers.
It's your death sentence, literally.
Yeah,
Okay. You go back up the
up the ring.
up the ring, and about halfway, now that you're sort of expecting it, there's a little sort of a, not exactly a resistance, but there's just a wobble sort of effect that you can feel now that you're sort of expecting it. And oh, I need to put in Sorsha because I deleted you from this one.
Ah, you did what?
No more sunshine.
Why are you on? There you go. Token layer.
I see Laurel. Yeah, good.
Yes,
Thank
you do. Well, actually, no. Leryl's not here.
Yeah,
No.
I have to clap him back. And don't put him too
Follow
far,
her?
please.
He can't follow her? Just
Oh,
if
he
you
can.
say-
Yeah, I guess he can.
Yeah.
I
He
guess
just
can.
waddles behind her in front of us.
But again, you step over. Well, no, you would have gotten from the bottom, then, but it doesn't. The body is there anew. The skeleton bones are in their place, and to your to the east there is a checkered floored, sunlit room that smells of wine. And let's leave it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Migraines are no joke, so we are going to leave it there. Thank you for lasting this long, Gabby. So thank you to my once again. Thank you to my players. Thank you to our guests for joining us for this experiment, for this exploration. Who knows? I might spoil you what the trap was and why this is one of the scariest parts of the dungeon that I've been dreading this particular part of the dungeon since I read the adventure.
Alright.
Okay.
There's an insta kill.
No, it's not. It's not insta. No, it's not insta kill. But it's just that ring is so confusing to the players that there are some traps that don't need to maim or kill or do damage. Some of them just confuse, and clearly that one worked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank you again for this evening. Thank you for. Did you blow up traps this time? No. No. There was just a lot of going backwards and forwards. This was the confused episode.
Yeah.
No. But then again,
last session we broke 2 traps though.
Yeah. So
It's the ring of confusion. This one.
Yeah, kind of. Well, we might have I might have actually an episode title there. So thank you for that. Okay. Right. Well, then that's it for us. Again, thank you for watching. For those who do like and subscribing to that whole thing or sharing, we appreciate you doing so. So there we go. And hope to see you in the next one. I'm sorry. And on that note, I'm gonna leave my nightmares here. Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Nice.